Attention retailers, importers, clearing agents and customs brokers. All television sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini now require mandatory ESTVA authorization before customs clearance. No clearance without valid ESTVA import permit. Don't risk delays at the border. Submit your application 24 to 48 hours before your shipment arrives. We process complete applications in just 1 to 2 working days. Our QR-coded permits make the verification quick and easy. Always double-check your HS codes and quantities for smooth compliance. The process is simple. Step 1. Submit your completed application form. Annex A with product line items for TVs, decoders, and commercial invoice. Step 2. Eswatini TV reviews and approves. Step 3. Make payment and complete verification. Step 4. Receive your permit. Step 5. Clear customs smoothly at the border. Make sure you have all your required documents. A completed application form. Annex A detailing your product line items, commercial invoice, valid TV retailer license, and letter of authority if applicable. Our permits feature QR codes for easy border verification. For assistance, email us at license@eswatinitv.co.sz or call our help desk. Apply before your shipment arrives. Ensure compliance and avoid delays. Remember, all TV sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini must have a valid ESTVA import permit. Thank you. Act now.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Market View. Today on the program, we turn our focus to the African Electronic Trade Group, also known as AeTrade Group, which is a Pan-African initiative working to advance digital trade, connect businesses to markets, and create new opportunities across the continent. With Eswatini also looking to expand its participation in the digital economy, AeTrade Group engagement in the kingdom could open up new possibilities for local businesses, producers, women, and young people. In studio, we are joined by the group's Chief Executive Officer, Muluwalem Siyum, to discuss the group's work, its engagement with Eswatini, and the road ahead. A very good afternoon, CEO. Thank you for coming through to the program today. So firstly, what is AeTrade, and most importantly, why was it established?
Thank you very much for inviting me. The AeTrade Group is the Pan-African institutions which primarily engage to support the implementation of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. And to reach that continental market, we need to go at the grassroots level to be able to support what does it take to be competitive to the continental market. In one hand, and then on the other hand is that business should not be concentrated only in the local market, but they can be able to grow to regional and continental market. For that, it requires a series of hand-holding work, because as a continent, it is almost the first time that we are trading among ourselves. And understanding who is producing what in the continent is very important. Based on that, mapping the input and output of within the continent, that is making available the opportunities through that mapping for the small businesses. And that we came up with the integrated ecosystem that businesses can be supported at the local level first to be able to competitive to the regional and continental market. So this is the very essence of the creation of the AeTrade Group.
Yeah, right. So talk to us about some of the agreements or MOUs that you have signed so far. I know one for sure, NAMPOD. I think I saw it last month. You signed an MOU with NAMPOD. And what benefits or impacts are expected with these MOUs?
Well, the signing off with NAMPOD is one of the core partners within the country that we start working. The very reason of the signing of this agreement is to make in a pragmatic way that how Eswatini's agro businesses can be able to supply first the local market from the input and output, building within the country the value chain, and expanding the productions, and then ultimately the surplus product can be filled to the high demand requires to the region and the continent market.
Right. So how do these agreements hope to benefit, or rather position Eswatini to benefit from the African Continental Free Trade Area?
Yeah, by this partnership, basically having the market linkage to the continental market, and then boosting productivity and efficiency to be competitive to those productive markets, and therefore directly and indirectly for the producers a direct benefit that will bring ultimately for the country at the national level. That productivity and that export is also direct benefit that will be generated, and through this growth and export more job creation will emerge as well.
Yeah. So let's also talk about the benefits you see or that the AeTrade brings for Eswatini businesses, for young people, women, and SMEs.
Yes, particularly our work is focusing on business growth and for small businesses and women and the youth. And as part of our one of the instruments within the integrated ecosystem is about digital and financial inclusion. And in this digital and financial inclusion, small business can scale, can grow, and should they need the financing, and they get the finance for them to be able to scale. So that is one of the essence, but it's not just only financing, but the know-how to do business, how they can be competitive to the regional and competitive to the continental market. So there is a hand-holding work that is required that AeTrade is coming in to assist in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, see, all these agreements are on paper. These are MOUs you have signed. How will you ensure that they produce, tangible results?
Yeah, one of the uniqueness of AeTrade agreement sign is not just only signing an MOU for the paper, but there is behind it an action plan. Action plan was time bound. And by quarterly, that the step-by-step implementation of that MOU has a specific target, and the benefit will be visible, and the beneficiary will be also reported. The financing that has been benefited, how many businesses, the individual who get the job, how many through this partnership. So the export that has been made and the local productions and consumptions that has been made through this partnership enhanced will be all reported.
Yeah, certainly. So which sectors of the Eswatini economy stands to benefit from all these partnerships?
As we starting, we don't put specific sectors, but primarily we believe the agriculture area is a huge opportunities on job creations. And as part of also in our statistics that a huge benefit that there is a growing room that can emerge. So we are targeting agriculture currently. But we are not exclusively working only in agriculture. With a number of other sectors also will work. But as a starting point, that is a core that we have currently. Yeah.
Definitely, all right. So what are the biggest barriers, CEO, to increasing intra-African trade, and how is AeTrade helping to address these issues?
The barriers are enormous. and we've been challenged to work on those barriers. The integrated ecosystem where it is coming in is the know-how to do business, about coming in about their productivity and efficiencies, financial literacies, where is their overhead and what is their profit margins are. Understanding those leads to competitiveness. They will know the price rating at the continental level, and that is one aspect of it within the integrated ecosystem. The second one is the market linkage. We don't know each other who is producing what within the continent itself. So AeTrade intends to link the market and identifying those markets where the surplus and the shortages are and exchange within the continent that market. The third one is the constraint of about financing. We partner with local financial institutions and with regional institutions that to ensure that financial inclusion is happening, which is the Kingdom of Eswatini has been the founder member of the Africa Strategic Investment Alliance to ensure that Eswatini's financial inclusion is really happening, not just only a slogan of financial inclusion, but in real time that is happening. And we are very grateful for the Kingdom to come on board as a founding member of the Africa Strategic Investment Alliance in that regard.
So what does success look like for the AeTrade in like the next 5 years in Eswatini?
The next 5 years, success will look like is business has grown through the system, the integrated ecosystem. More job is created because of the business growth, the business scales. We want to see from nano shifting to micro, from micro shifting to small, from small to medium businesses that is going to be emerge. Therefore, in the next 5 years, the number of jobs that will be created, the business that has scaled from one sector or from either from the micro to small or from the small to medium, that transformations that we want to see as a success. But it is not just only a project, also it is sustainable business growth that will be created and building that sustainabilities. Of growth. Yeah,
we also saw that you are a member of the Africa Strategic Investment CEO, which will have its headquarters here in the country, which you are a part of. How will these two organizations work to improve trade in Eswatini?
Yeah, that is where the integrated ecosystems are. We are not working in silos, but addressing the number of chronic challenges small business faces. So if they are shielded to address the challenges, growth and scale will emerge. And the Africa Strategic Investment Alliance is to address the financial constraint that has been facing and bringing together financial institutions locally, regionally, continentally, ultimately to the global level, that to grow and ensuring that financial inclusion is happening here and the regional headquarters for Southern Africa, primarily the citizens of the Kingdom of Eswatini, and then the region and ultimately to the continent, that assuring financial inclusion is happening.
All right. Just lastly, before I let you go, so you're looking forward to having more agreements this year?
Absolutely. We are looking forward with a number of organizations within Eswatini that to work together. Okay. The game for success in here is in collaborations, working together with public and private sectors to achieve the same goal, like-minded institutions where impact-based investors, impact-based businesses, that a collective effort that we can make.
Thank you. Thank you, CEO, for coming through. That was AeTrade CEO speaking to us on the benefits or the impact AeTrade has had in Eswatini. We go for an ad break and we return with our market analysis with Sanel Sbia. Don't go anywhere.
Those that are pain must forget all the problems they have. Because the things of the earth have got no answer. But the answer that we have is all morning. When I'm preaching here, I'm preaching to myself. I receive the Holy Spirit.
I declare that a turnaround is coming my way.
Turnaround is coming in my life.
Attention retailers, importers, clearing agents, and customs brokers. All television sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini now require mandatory ESTVA authorization before customs clearance. No clearance without valid ESTVA import permit. Don't risk delays at the border. Submit your application 24 to 48 hours before your shipment arrives. We process complete applications in just 1 to 2 working days. Our QR-coded permits make the verification quick and easy. Always double-check your HS codes and quantities for smooth compliance. The process is simple. Step 1. Submit your completed application form. Annex A with product line items for TVs, decoders, and commercial invoice. Step 2. Eswatini TV reviews and approves. Step 3. Make payment and complete verification. Step 4. Receive your permit. Step 5. Clear customs smoothly at the border. Make sure you have all your required documents, a completed application form, Annex A detailing your product line items, commercial invoice, valid TV retailer license, and letter of authority if applicable. Our permits feature QR codes for easy border verification. For assistance, email us at license@eswatinitv.co.za or call our help desk. Apply before your shipment arrives. Ensure compliance and avoid delays. Remember, all TV sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini must have a valid ESTVA import permit. Thank you. Act now.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. In our final segment, we connect with Sanil Sbia, in-house economist for today's market analysis. A very good afternoon, Mr. Sbia. Thank you for joining us. What's happening today here in the world of markets?
Thank you, Lungelele. A good afternoon to you, and also a good afternoon to the viewers at home. So in today's markets, we are seeing a bit of an uptick following, cooling inflations coming through from the US, and we're seeing beautiful earnings coming through from the tech AI stocks, and a bit of a cooling in the geopolitical tensions, albeit mixed signals coming through from Tehran and Washington regarding how the Strait of Hormuz is going to operate. So in that end, we're seeing the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 151 points, the Nasdaq Composite Index up 342 points, and the S&P 500 up 47 points today. So we're just expecting that momentum to hold while we are still awaiting for further news to come through from those from those quarters that we're looking into. And then coming into Europe, again, the momentum holds in Europe, with the FTSE 100 slightly down 28 points in today's trade, by maintaining the 10,800 mark following those earnings report and those expectations of a cooling inflation. The DAX in Germany continues to climb 107 points up higher in today's trade following those cooling, albeit mixed signals coming through from the Middle East. And we're also seeing those mixed, we are seeing those AI earnings coming into play as well. France again maintains that 8,715 mark, slightly up 0.34 points in today's trade. Also being supported by a plethora of those factors that we've looked into today. Coming into the Asian markets, we're seeing a bit of a rebound coming through from the Nikkei, largely bolstered by those earnings coming through from the tech stock. And that Japan is a country that is largely driven by tech development and tech growth. And so the fact that we are seeing those positive tech stocks coming through, earnings coming through from the tech stocks, now that shows that we are waiting to see that the markets are somehow climbing up, but not getting back to that 70,000 mark as you were before the war started. And then we're seeing the Hong Kong index, the Hang Seng index there, gaining some 269 points, being supported by those AI stock. And then we are seeing the Shanghai Composite Index again beginning to climb as we are seeing that support coming through from the AI tech and also through from the stimulus and the packages that the mainland government is actually putting up to support markets. And then coming into the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange is up 2,212 points, 0.05 in today's trade, largely bolstered by that return to normalcy in markets, beautiful earnings coming through from the financials and the metals also gaining ground, pulling up the Johannesburg Stock Exchange to the 17,000 mark. We can see that when you get to the price of gold, you will see that it's beginning an upward notch given those, cooling inflation expectations that are beginning to build into the markets. And then going into Eswatini remains relatively stable at the 501.77 mark. And coming into gold, we're seeing gold inching up to that 3,999.70 mark. We've just been on that 4,100, 3,900 in the past few weeks. But right now, given the fact that we are seeing those cooling geopolitical tensions and those cooling inflation expectations, and ultimately meaning that, interest rates are not expected to rise as fast as one would expect them to. So we're seeing gold gaining momentum again as a store of value, and as we're seeing that interest-bearing assets are not going to increase as much. And then coming to the price of Brent crude oil, slightly up 1.04, trading at $84.59 per barrel, largely driven by the fact that, at times you get those conflicting news coming out of Tehran when you juxtapose those with those news coming out of Washington. In terms of the currencies, so the Lilangeni is on a relatively stronger footing in today's trade. We're trading at 16.17 against the US dollar, and it shows some slight signs of weakening, but we're weakening from a point where we're getting closer to that 16.15 mark, 16.16 mark, not to say that it's relatively weakening across the board. So the metals are really just supporting a stronger Lilangeni today. And then we come against the euro as well. We're trading at 18.69 to the euro, slightly weakening as a quote, but overall you can see that markets, the currency markets, the Lilangeni is actually getting stronger today, and we're also strengthening against the Japanese yen, trading at 9.83 to the Japanese yen in today's trade. Thank you, Lungelele.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Bia, for that analysis. Always appreciated. That was Analyst Bia, in-house economist, for today's market analysis. We've come to the end of our program. This was the Monday edition of Market View. Catch us again tomorrow at exactly 2 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And the cancellation today of hundreds of flights.